Every country has its own way of doing things, very unique in some places. But I have to say Somaliland shocked me in different ways, and it continues to shock me from the things that I hear, from how people do life. And today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the shocks that I've been experiencing here in Somaliland. Disclaimer, these are my opinion based on my observation, and I thought I should share with you so you can be informed if you're looking to travel to Somaliland, or at least you can know, or at least be entertained. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, my name is Queen Desta, and today we're going to be talking about culture shocks that I get to experience here in Somaliland, because it has been a crazy experience and I definitely have to share with you. So stick around, hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get started. Dressing, in this case both for men and for women. Yeah, I know you didn't see that coming, but men do have their own form of restriction. But let's start with the women. So for the women, you have to be fully covered. As you can see, I am well covered in my hijab. Hijab is what you wear on the head. All women, their hair has to be covered almost at all points, apart from when you're staying in your room and in your house. You also have to be in a long, entire flowing dress. Wow. For the men, in the other case, you should not wear shorts, you should not wear vest on the street, as you're not supposed to show your biceps and how you've been working out so hard, you know. Anyway, I had some people asking me in my comment section of my previous Somaliland videos on, is it really important for you to dress up like this and you can actually go away without dressing? Let me tell you, yeah. As I was coming, this is my experience. As I was coming close before I crossed the border, someone did actually call me out for before I even crossed over, for not fully covering my hair, and was like, do you have another covering? So because your hands, like my then hijab was up to this point, and the dress I had was short sleeved, and they asked me, do you have another covering and stuff like this? Actually, you're not going to be allowed in Somaliland, because I even heard of cases of people who do not know how to wear hijabs, and you're looking to come to Somaliland. You have to do your core research on how to dress up like a Muslim. All thanks to my experience in Djibouti, that I was well prepared. Anyway, so you're not caught off guard. Please prepare accordingly. Also, I have to say, you can easily get away with the whole idea, especially if someone can already notice that you are a foreigner. But actually, it is, for me, I don't have that option. People talk to me in Somali here, so I cannot pass for the you are looking foreign and stuff like this. That's why you're not covered. Also, I get to ask some people, what would happen to me if I decided I'm not gonna dress up, I'm not gonna cover, and they told me kids are gonna throw stones on you, and you can also be arrested. And I'm like, I'm trying to get myself into that, and I don't think anyone is. So you better get yourself a hijab and cover yourself. For the men, follow what needs to be done. It's also good to just follow people's culture. Now, on to the second one that really confused me. This one I was not ready for this one, is how weekends is on Thursdays and Friday. Now, I did arrive on a Thursday, and for me, on a Thursday and Friday, those are working days. Those are the days that people are finishing up. Then on Friday, you know, people are going out and stuff like this. Like, you can feel the weekend is loading. So arrived in Somaliland, and it was on a Thursday. Then on Friday, you feel the whole difference. Friday is Muslim mosque day, so it is let's go out. For other countries, is what you would consider as Sunday. So those are the days that shops are closed, people are relaxing, people are chilling at home. Okay, fine, I'm done. Remember my system, how it operates. Now come to Saturday. Saturday is their Monday. So for me, I am starting to process and work like it's on a Monday. Then I'm on social media or talking to my relatives who are in different countries. And I have to remember, for them, it is just the weekend. You see people having fun out here. For me, I'm like, wow, people outside, it is Monday, you know. So it's very interesting to see weekend fully operating on Thursday and Friday. And Saturday being like a Monday, like serious people working and traffic and stuff like this. Very interesting to see. It somehow does something to your head, and you have to be like, oh yeah. Let's get out of the religion and stuff like this. Let's get to some more interesting of how people do life and their way of living, and it has to be money. One, I was so surprised in many ways in relation to money. This country in which you can actually operate in dollars. Like, you go do your shopping in dollars, then you get your change either in dollars or in Somaliland. shillings. The other option is how much Somaliland shillings is a whole like bunch. And can we even talk about how bureaus are out in the streets? Like you go downtown and you'll find people who have their money outside, then you give them your dollar and you receive like a whole bunch of money. That is amazing to see, and also how safe it can be to be able to do that. Here in my country, you know what? Outside any ATM or any bureau, you will find a policeman or something like this. But anyway, that was amazing to see. Then in relation to money, is also how they have a system that you can use your payment. We have this in Kenya through M-Pesa, but I loved to see how it transacts in Somaliland using dollars and also in Somali shillings. So it's not just you can transact the money on your system on a mobile application. For those who do not understand what I'm talking about, like your phone, you can do your payment with your phone and you don't necessarily have to hold any form of shillings. That was amazing to see, and to see it is working everywhere. But what really surprised me is, many people don't have cash, yeah? So even the few people that are on the streets and they are asking you to help them and stuff like this, they have a number. So someone will be like asking you for help, but they'll give you their number. So can you send it to my number? How shocking is that? I was like, wow, everybody got a number. The good thing about this system of sending money and everything, you don't entirely need to have a developed system. With just any local and simple phone, you can be able to transact the money system. That brings me to the other one that I was actually not ready for, is how good and cheap, how good and affordable internet is in Somaliland, and it works everywhere. Guys, this one shocked me. We get inside public transport, we have Wi-Fi, working Wi-Fi. You get inside matatu, there is Wi-Fi, working Wi-Fi, enough for me to edit a whole video and upload. Like, you can have internet anywhere. There is internet, abundance of internet. Here, in a hotel already, ask for Wi-Fi, they give you. Unlike some countries that I've been to, I ain't mentioning names, that you have to pay for a certain charge for you to be able to get the internet password when you get to even like hotels or stuff like this. But in Somaliland, there's internet system. Some countries really need to work on that. I even thought as Kenyans we have really developed and advanced in terms of internet, but I have to tell you, in terms of affordability and even the speeds, Somaliland is actually ahead. Maybe in other technicalities that I don't know that are in relation to the internet, but this was basically my experience. Now, in relation to the internet, it brings me to another shock that I had, which is technology. When I was thinking about Somaliland, I didn't think that they have all these applications that they have to run everything that they have. One that really amazed me and I was so happy about was the Sahal. You know how you still have taxi? This one is everywhere. You have taxis in most countries, so you can ask for a taxi to come to your place. But one that impressed me is you can book your public transport. Like if you want to travel, let's say tomorrow from one place to another, then you book using like an online site, and by that specific time you will be there and you'll board and you'll be good to go. I was just like, wow. And also I have to say, in relation to that, vehicles move at specific times. They don't have to be like we're waiting for the vehicle to be full. Also because this system is set up so that way people are like, we are gonna be there by 10. By 10 they're there, and by 10 the vehicle is leaving, That was amazing. I love it. Another shock has to be the weather. So this season currently is the summer season, or the summer season is coming to an end. And basically what that means is like it should be a hot season. And I have to say, I was expecting hot, like Djibouti is extremely hot. So that was my expectation. If you have an idea, like 40 degrees, that is something degrees in degrees Celsius. But here, especially in Hargeisa, it is not extremely hot, but you can't also survive without at least a fan. Yeah. What was a shock for me is the fact that there are seasons that this country is cold, based on what I am told, that they are actually cold season, especially with the fact that I'm told it's a semi-arid place. So I was not necessarily expecting that there are moments it's gonna be cold. So be prepared, do your research if you come into Somaliland, and be informed on what the season is so that you are not caught off guard. At least you be prepared. Another shock that I was mind blown is the number of Kenyans in Somaliland. And compared, let me not say and, compared to the number of lack of information about Somaliland in my country, like back home. The number of people I had to explain, guys, I'm not going to Somalia, Mogadishu, I am going to Hargeisa, Somaliland, and this is the difference between the two and everything, is a lot, like my Kenyan peeps. But also to come and see that there are up to 10,000 teachers in Somaliland, I was like, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Like, I never knew that there is a country like Somaliland, that I'll find a whole bunch of Kenyans. And this is based on everyone that I talk to and is like, hey, I'm Kenyan. They're like, oh, yeah, you're Kenyan, so you're a teacher, like automatic, because there are so many teachers in Somaliland. Then I also have to post this for any Kenyan that is watching. Someone asked me, what other skills can we offer Somaliland apart from teaching? So that brings me to you answering me and engaging with me in the comment section on other aspects that you could find is like an opportunity or a gap, and people can be able to exchange their skills and abilities. Yeah, but I think they are getting some really good cash to be able to leave Kenya and be able to live in Somaliland, or maybe a good life, or maybe just some good environment. Because I've even seen people who have moved with their own family, their whole family, and now they're living in Somaliland. Maybe if we get a chance, we'll be able to host someone and they can share with us their experience, and we can get to hear what is the secret that is bringing Kenyans to Somaliland. Now, talking about Kenyans, I did meet some Kenyans, and what was interesting is the correlation between the love of tea for Kenyans and the love of tea for Somalis. But there's a whole different difference. There's a whole big difference. So the Somali tea has too much sugar. It has too much tea leaves compared to that of the Kenyans. Anyway, we are not here to compare. What was interesting was to see how men love to sit down, chill, drink their tea together, chit-chat. You'll see a lot of this happening in so many different places, and mostly it's men. Women, unfortunately, are expected to be chilling at home and I guess cooking also. So because I am a traveler, that's how I ended up finding myself. I'm in a hotel or in those chill places, and I'm the only lady. Like, I'll be sitting till I'm told you can't sit on this specific seat, you have to go to a different place. Also remember, I do not have other girlfriends to be able to hang out with. Because I could still see some other ladies. You'll find most women work with other ladies, especially if it is leisure or like chill time. Yeah. Food, what you have to try is the camel milk and the camel meat. That is a must do because that is what is eaten here. Also, you have to eat a lot of rice and a lot of pasta, maybe with beef or with chicken, whichever you wish. Good food, I have to say. Also, it reminded me of my country, Kenya, especially like biryani and stuff like this. Also, because I said things are developed, you will get away, you can like get delivered to your place and you will be good to go. Now, let's also talk about the other shocker is no alcohol is sold in Somaliland entirely in the whole country. Yeah. So, well, that's a good thing. So that could mean, do you mean the whole of Somaliland people are sober? Yes, people are sober over here, and it is because they do not drink alcohol. They are sober from not drinking alcohol. But what is their favorite thing to pastime and stuff like this could be called chat. If you don't know chat, it's like this leaf that people chew and get to enjoy. So you will also find some people enjoying that, or maybe smoking cigar, stuff like this. But any other sort of drugs or stuff like this are not entirely sold here. Now, this is not a culture shock, but this is more about the system or how the way of life is over here. One, when it's prayer time, people leave their places, so you need to know what are the prayer times. You'll find mostly around 2 all the way to like 4, 5. The places are not working. People will like close their shop to go and chill, but later in the evening, the shops, the markets are gonna open, and that is because also it's more favoring to the weather, and also like lots of prayers have been ticked off already or stuff like this. Tell me more if you are a Somalilander in the comment section down below. So also, good behaviors and good morals have to be practiced. There are not things like PDA as you walk on the street, like you'll be even no hugging, no handshaking. For ladies, you can't handshake a man. That was a surprise for me. I was like, Yeah, so you'll be like salam alaikum, and we move on with life, you know. So it's basically a good way to respect people's culture and to see how life is being done. Anyway, I just wanted to share with you some of my perspective and some of the things that have been surprising me over here, especially because they are not things that I get to live that way in my own country. Let me know in the comment section some of your culture shocks that you've experienced, maybe in Somaliland, maybe in a different country, maybe in Kenya, or wherever you're watching this from. I'd love to hear some of those because sometimes they end up to be very interesting. Otherwise, always remember to create time for that which ignites your soul. Until next time, ciao.